Archimedes once said, "Give me a lever long enough and a fulcrum on which to place it, and I shall move the world." Now, we don't want to move the world, but we want to move the people within the organization in the right direction that will help improve performance. Performance management is about ensuring that the right person makes the best contribution towards achieving a broader departmental or company goal. This process begins with understanding what it is that has to be measured by the organization. Basically, we need to understand why do we want to measure and what do we measure. Let us now define what performance management is.
Performance management is a continuous series of management actions aimed at influencing and ensuring that employees deliver quality work within desired timelines. Key steps in performance management can be illustrated as follows. In alignment with the organizational goals, the manager should ensure that they contract clear and commonly understood performance objectives with the employee. Then focus on the last mile, which is a series of management interventions throughout the financial year. Performance appraisal is therefore undertaken at the end of financial year, after which good performance gets rewarded and poor performance face consequences. Performance recontracting can take place subsequent to the last mile interactions or post-performance appraisal. Although the last mile and performance management are intertwined, the two are distinct because performance management or the last mile should focus on the ongoing coaching, attitudes, personal development, while performance appraisal focuses on the measures to track previous performance, the measures to track deviation, and to track quality of input and output.
Good morning, George.
Good morning, Poonam.
George, do you know why you are here today?
I don't know. I heard from Sarah, the HR manager, that every employee scores have to be in by next week Friday. So I guess this is got to do with my performance review.
I've been watching you for the past year, and well, your performance has been clearly poor. You've missed a lot of deadlines. So I decided to give you a 2 for your performance appraisal, and even that's quite generous of me.
But it's impossible, Poonam. You know how hard I work. The company strategy has changed and we've had to work in other areas different from what we've said at the beginning of the year. You seldom talk to me and you've never changed my performance targets.
I know we had lots of changes in the company, but you should have came to me earlier. Now I need to submit the scores and there's nothing I can do for you. You know, last year I told you to be more proactive and come to me. I have a team to manage. I don't have time to come see you. So if you don't have any questions, I'd like you to please sign this performance appraisal. Thank you, George.
Welcome to the Beehive Business Studios. I'll be leading a discussion with a panel of experts on what managers should do to ensure effective performance management. In studio with me, I've got Muzi, Marius, and Moreme. Warm welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you to our in-house reporters, Poonam, April, for giving us a clear description of what performance management is about. Gentlemen, looking at that video clip, it looks like the manager's in a tight spot. Muzi, what can we do to avoid such situations in future?
Thank you, Margaret. I think it actually starts with creating a positive environment where people can be motivated and there's an element of trust that exists between the manager and employee. Secondly, the manager needs to ensure that there's meaningful dialogue between employee and manager. The meaningful dialogue involves caring, active listening, and actually taking an interest in what the employee does. We need to move on and create a culture of fostering unity. And this could be achieved by embarking on team building exercises, for example, and go on further as well to identify positives within the employee and the work environment and highlight those. And finally, the manager needs to celebrate victories within the team and have fun. Birthdays should be celebrated, key achievements, whether it's in terms of targets or other performance-related issues, needs to be celebrated within the team.
Thank you, Buzi. So it shows that creating a positive environment which is open and honest for communication can contribute towards employee performance. Moreme, how do you believe that managers can avoid surprises during performance appraisals?
Thank you, Margaret. I think in hooking on what Moses just said, what's critical here, in order to not surprise the employee, is to have continuous feedback sessions that may be informal and as well as formal. During those sessions, what that you're doing, you're actually reinforcing good behaviors by appraising the employee when they've achieved what that they're set to achieve. And then on the other hand, is to address the shortcomings, should we find them. And during that process, you need to also value diversity so that the uniqueness of employee is considered. Thank you.
Thank you, Mariam. So you're saying to avoid surprises during performance appraisals, managers should conduct ongoing performance management and give feedback.
Yep.
Marius, how can managers further enhance employee performance?
Thank you, Margaret. Managers should encourage dialogue about employee development and should create a culture of continuous learning. Investment in the training and development of employees improve their capabilities, make them more productive and efficient in achieving their targets. It increases job satisfaction, morale, and it contributes to lower people turnover. During formal and informal employee development discussions, the manager should assess the employee's capabilities and shortcomings. This needs to be compared with the current and future job requirements in terms of skills, knowledge and experience. The manager can then assess how the employee can be supported with coaching, attending skills development courses and exposure to different areas to gain more experience. The manager must encourage the employees to take responsibility of their own development.
Thank you, Marius, for highlighting the importance of people development. Once again, thank you to my panel of experts for such an insightful discussion. I now hand over to Sailesh, our in-house reporter, just to sum up some of the key points that managers should apply on the last mile of performance management.
Performance appraisal is only one aspect of performance management. The single biggest difference manager can make in managing performance is by interacting openly and honestly with their employees throughout the year. To prevent difficulties during performance appraisal, managers must focus on creating an open and creative environment for their employees where they can achieve their full potential. Managers must remember that spending time and resources in personal development is not only beneficial for the individual but for the entire organization. Thank you.